Chav Gimel Mishnah base. This Mishnah needs a hakdama. Says the Mishnah, Eidu Tvei Mishum Merikav. We have had a few times before, and we're going to be dealing with this din in more detail as the Perik continues in the next Perik. We're dealing now with this sugya of medras or mishkav and moishav. Let's just recap exactly what it is. Normal kelim, when they become tomei from an avatuma, become a rishon. However, there's an exception, a very strict, a chumradik exception. When you have kelim which are roi lemishkav and moishav, i.e. kelim which are made for sitting and lying on, and for example, chairs, sofas, beds, and this actually includes clothes as well. And then one of the special chumradika group, zov, zova, nida, and iledes, sit or lie or put their weight on this keli without actually there being any physical maga. For instance, they sit on a blanket, on a sheet, on a bed. Then everything they put their weight on becomes an av hatuma, like the nida and zov themselves. It's an extremely strict rule known as tumas medras. Tumas medras applies to all kelim which are roi li shchiva and yeshiva, as the pasuk says. We know that shchiva and yeshiva doesn't mean just lying and sitting. It includes standing. If you have a kelim which is made for standing on it, and a person, the zov, stands on it, then it's the same rule as that's part of the group of medras. It includes hanging on it, suspending yourself, and it also includes riding. However, the Torah is mechadish that Merikav has a kula, one little kula, which Mishkav and Moshev don't have. The actual kula relates to the tumas maga as opposed to tumas maso. We will deal with this kula mit Hashem and give you exact details of this in the next Mishnah, Mishnah Gimel. So Merikav is really part of the overall group of Mishkav and Moshev. However, when something is a Merikav, which will be defined in this Mishnah, it has this one important kula which we'll deal with in Mishnah Gimel. We first have to define what a Merikav is. So really, Merikav is part of the group of Mishkav and Moshev. And there's a machlokas rishonim as to what Merikav is. We will deal with the shit of the Bar Tanura, which is also the shit of the Gon, the Vilna Gon on the side. Merikav is, as opposed to sitting, Merikav is something that you sit on with your legs astride, as one does when one rides a horse. One leg is on this side, the other leg is on the other side. You sit astride, legs apart. Then you have Merikav. And the Mishnah is now going to list those kelim which are Merikav and not Mishkav and Moshev. Eilu Tmei Mishum Merikav. Zoriz ha'ashkaloini. Zoriz is a sort of belt contraption round an animal made in Ashkelon. Bartanura tells us it can be made out of wood. There's a little sort of frame which you put on an animal and then you sit on it. Meducha hamodis. Meducha is a mortar, an enormous wooden seat, and on the top of the seat there is a bowl in which you grind things. Basically, you sit on this wooden seat, you ride on it like as if on a rocking horse, and you grind away. This is Meducha hamodis made in Modai. Avit shel gomol, tfiton shel sus. These are types of saddles. The one of gomol is called an avit, and the one of the sus is called a tfiton. These are regular saddles, and therefore they're tomei mishum merikav. Rabbi Yossi Omer, he says, he disagrees with the tfiton shel sus. He says the tfiton shel sus, although of course one rides on it, one sits astride. However, he says, in the case of the tfiton shel sus, av tfiton shel sus tomei mishum moshev, it's also got the chumrah of moshev and not merikav, not the kula of merikav. Why? Kumpun is the same word as a campaign. These were forms of games, jousting tournaments that they used to have. The knights used to come along and they used to have various tournaments on the field, bash each other up. And people wanted to watch this. So they wanted to stand and get a better view. They would actually, instead of just riding on the saddle, they would actually stand on the saddle. So because sometimes it was omed, not only l'rechivas, it was sorry for using the word omed, it was omed la amida. Then amida doesn't have the specific colour of merkav. So Rabbi Yossi holds it's got a din of moishav. Moishav is a general word used for moishav and mishkav and amida. The Mishnah carries on with the words avol ukaf shel na'aka tami. The way the Bartanura learns from the Rash, that although Rabbi Yossi says that Tfitan Shel Sus is Tommy Mishum Moishav, he's Moida, the one, the saddle of a Na'aka. Na'aka is a wild, strong camel, wild, vicious camel. That one is only made for riding on, not made for sitting on. And therefore, when the Mishnah says Tommy, it means Tommy Mishum Merkav and not Tommy Mishum Moishav. Exactly the reason why the one of Na'aka is different from the one of the Sus, we don't know. But suffice it to say that one doesn't stand on it, therefore the normal rules of Merkav apply. As to the actual chiluk between a Merkav and a Mishkav and Moshev, you'll have to bear with me and wait till